let me take you into a corner of the world of darkness where myth and legend meet intrigue and blood. Imagine a time after the fall of the first city, when the antediluvians were still shaping the fate of the Kindred. One of them, a hunter and judge named Hakim, gathered a brood of children and led them to a hidden fortress high in the mountains. This stronghold was called Alamut. It wasn't just a refuge, it was a temple, a university, and a training ground. There, Hakim's progeny honed their bodies and minds to become executioners and scholars, sworn to uphold their sire's vision of justice. These vampires came to be known as the Banu Haqim. To outsiders, they became infamous for hunting other kindred and consuming their blood. To themselves, they were judges and enforcers. They believed that all vampires were tainted by sin, yet they tempered their wrath with a strict code. When they took the vitae of another vampire, it wasn't for gluttony, but to purify their own blood and punish those who deserved it. Still, this practice and the rumors of diablerie earned them fear and hatred across the centuries. Within Alamut's walls, generations of Banu Haqim grew under the dual influences of blood sorcery and martial discipline. Older members venerated Hakim and his favored child, Ur-Shulgi, whose fiery sermons declared that the only path to redemption lay in judging the wicked. Younger vampires often held to the faiths they had in life, particularly Islam. They saw vampirism as a divine test and interpreted their mission through its lens of law and mercy. Yet even the devout could not escape the clan's curse. They were irresistibly drawn to feed on those they considered guilty, especially other vampires. Sometimes, tasting kindred blood could send them into a frenzy, driving them to drink a victim dry. On top of that, their clan's compulsion, called judgment, meant that when someone violated their personal code, they felt compelled to punish them by drinking from them. Their mastery of blood sorcery, celerity, and obfuscate made them terrifyingly effective at this task. Over time, cracks formed in the clan's unity. Many Banu Haqim embraced the teachings of the Ashira, an Islamic sect of vampires spanning the Middle East and North Africa. They stressed mercy and adherence to mortal law, and they rejected Ur-Shulgi's declaration that all vampires were guilty. This disagreement became a schism. Ur-Shulgi's blood cult prepared to purge those they deemed impure within Alamut. Those who refused to follow fled. These fugitives scattered across the world, bringing their traditions to Persian courts, Indian trade routes, Berber caravans, and beyond. They built networks in modern industries like petrochemicals, banking, telecommunications, and security, quietly maintaining influence while hiding from their vengeful kin. For centuries, the clan held itself apart from the great vampire sects, especially the Camarilla. The Ivory Tower despised them for their practice of diablerie, while the Banu Haqim mistrusted the Camarilla's political games. Their most bitter enmity was with the Tremere, whose hermetic sorcery clashed with Banu Haqim blood sorcery. Then, in the early 21st century, everything changed. The Second Inquisition, a coordinated human campaign against vampires, destroyed the Tremere's chantry in Vienna and shook the Camarilla to its core. The Banu Haqim seized this moment. Their envoys met the Camarilla's justicars in Denmark and offered an alliance. In a deal now known as the Odense Pact, the Camarilla agreed to admit the Banu Haqim as a founding clan. In return, the assassins would lend their blades and sorcery to the Ivory Tower's war against the Tremere and the Setite ministry. Rumors persist that someone tipped off the Inquisition about Vienna's chantry, a betrayal that conveniently removed the Tremere from the equation. Joining the Camarilla didn't bind every Banu Haqim. As the player's guide makes clear, they remain a clan of judges rather than followers. Many still serve the Ashura, or throw in with the Anarchs or the Black Hand when it suits their sense of order. Within Camarilla cities, they've become lawgivers, arbiters, union bosses, or hired guns, bringing their influence to police departments, courtrooms, organized crime, and corporate security. They recruit fledglings from all walks of life, law students eager to impose justice, union organizers ready to fight corruption, seasoned killers who can eliminate threats with subtlety. In Chicago, for example, the elegant and politically savvy Khadija al-Kindi acts as an emissary between the Ashura and the Camarilla, showing just how flexible the clan can be. In the modern Knights, Banu Haqim still strive to balance ancient tradition with present-day pragmatism. They study blood sorcery, nurture their network of allies, and struggle with the urge to judge and punish other vampires. They use titles like Arbiter, Blood Scholar, and Hired Gun to reflect their roles, but they are all bound by the same compulsion. When they see a transgression, they feel compelled to act. Meanwhile, Ur-Shulgi's fanatics remain hidden in Alamut, convinced that only a purge can restore the clan's purity. This internal tension means the Banu Haqim continue to walk a razor's edge between justice and vengeance. So there you have it, the story of a clan born from an ancient hunter's vision, forged in a hidden fortress, torn by schism and reshaped by modern politics. They are judges and assassins, scholars and warriors, pious believers and bloodthirsty predators. Their journey from isolation to Camarilla pillar has been anything but smooth, and their struggle to reconcile duty with hunger is far from over. If this tale of secret forts, blood magic, and shifting alliances captured your imagination, don't let it end here. Leave a comment with your thoughts or questions about the Banu Haqim, and let's explore more of the world of darkness together.